Hi, I'm Brother Bill. Welcome to this installment of the Essentials, and we'll pick it up in Moses Part 2. You saw in the last installment how God brought his people out of Egypt, as he told Abraham he would centuries before. Now Israel has grown into a nation. And God raised up Moses, and of course God brought him out as he'd promised. And now, having brought them out of Egypt and led them through the Red Sea safely, God led Moses and the Israelites to Mount Sinai. And there at Mount Sinai, he expanded on the covenant he had made with his people. It was beyond circumcision. You remember with Abraham, the covenant was every male in your household will be circumcised. Well, now there's more. God gave Moses the law, starting with 10 commandments. And God demanded that his people be righteous. He gave them the law, and he said that he would make them a kingdom of priests and a holy nation. He told them, "Be ye holy, for I, the Lord, am holy." Chester Starr, who wrote a book on ancient history, said that was the most significant thing of all the ancient religions with the Hebrews, with Israel, was their God is ethical, when the rest of the ancient world didn't seem to have that. Have one God, and this God is ethical, he is just, he is moral, which fits, of course, because the God of the Bible, as is revealed in the Bible, is holy. He is just. He is righteous. And that being, he's not a reflection of us. We're to be a reflection of him. We were made in his image. More about that later. So while God is revealing all this to Moses, while God's revealing and giving him the law, he was up there for about 6 weeks up the mountain, and the people gave up Moses for dead. The Israelites did. And they forced Aaron to make a golden calf. They said, "Make us gods to lead us." Where? Back to Egypt. As outrageous as it sounds, yeah, lead us back to Egypt. I wonder if anybody raised the possibility, what makes you think the Egyptians want you back? But there they go. And so they did all of this, and of course Moses comes down the mountain and sees these people. They've made a mockery of the covenant, even while God's making it with them. And so the first 2 tablets of stone says that Moses broke them, because he realized this is pointless. This is everything we're not supposed to be. And yet, God forgave Israel. God made a replacement tablets of stone for the ones that Moses broke. And God did continue to lead them to the promised land, because God is a God of his word. And so when they get to the Jordan River, God told Moses to send 12 men in across the Jordan to spy out the land, and they did. When they came back, the first part of the report was, hey, it's flowing with milk and honey. It's everything that God promised. But 10 of the spies said, "But there are giants in the land, we're like grasshoppers to them." And the people's hearts melted, and they said, "God brought us out here to kill us." Now you remember, if you've seen or read through this, when God brought them to the Red Sea and Pharaoh's closing on them, God brought us out here to murder us. After they crossed the Red Sea, they started running on low on water a few weeks later, God brought us out here to kill us. It's kind of a tiresome refrain. And now here they are at the Jordan River, ready to get their inheritance. Nope, it can't be done. God brought us out here to kill us. And so after that much time of this, which happened over a lot of time, they said it a little too much, God said, "Fine, you're not going into the promised land. Your children will go, but your carcasses will fall in the wilderness, and you will wander for 40 years until this generation dies off, and your children will inherit the promised land." If you want to understand what sin does to us, as we've seen with Cain wanting to murder Abel, makes no sense at all. That's what sin does to us. Noah, after God delivers him, gets drunk and curses his grandson. That sounds crazy, but that's what sin does to us. And now here you see, as a people, God said, "Go into the promised land." The people said, "No way." Then God said, "Fine, you're not going." And the first thing they did after that was try to go in the promised land. And Moses warned them, no. It's not. You had your chance. God's not with you. It's going to end in disaster. And of course it did. They tried to cross into the promised land. They were engaged and they were badly beaten. A lot of people died. And the survivors stayed on the outside of the promised land. And they began their wanderings. But it's just fascinating. God said go. The people said no. God said no. The people said let's go. It's as if whatever God says, if God says not to do something, the first thing a sinner wants to do is do it. So I hope that you can understand that's what sin does to us. It makes us ungodly. Now, moving forward from this, God does let the next generation into the promised land, including Caleb and Joshua. Those were the two spies who gave a favorable report. They said, no, the land is everything, and because God's given it to us, we can go. The rest of them didn't report that way, and the people didn't believe. Well, once they get there, God does give them the promised land. And so as they settle in, Joshua gathered the people one more time. He said, choose this day whom you will serve. As for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. As always, you can write me, brobill@foranministries.org if you have any questions. Until then, thanks for watching.